This is our trip to Acadia National Park. Happened to be on our 30th wedding anniversary as part of our trip to Maine. This was the one major trip, part of the trip that we had planned. Takes a little while to get there. Traffic does get to be pretty heavy in this area. In this video, we're just going to be going to Acadia and looking at the Cadillac Summit area. This does require not only the park fees, but you need to have a reservation ahead of time, which you have to go through the reservations.gov, I believe is the website. You can go to the National Park Service site and go to the links. And it was $2, I believe it was, to get the reservation, and there's a half-hour window that you have to book on a particular day. You can't just say I want to be there on X day. There's a time frame. So make sure you have that ahead of time, or you're not going to get in, and you will need it, because even on off time, like when we went, it was very busy and very difficult to find parking. Going up on the Cadillac Summit Road, there are several pullouts, but there's very little room to actually pull out. So I don't really have any videos or many shots, because most of these places were already packed with cars. So, and by the way, this was a Monday in the middle of September, and it was still very, very busy there. But very much worth the drive up there. There's views of the lake, there's views of the ocean, and uh, on the way up to Cadillac Summit. Okay, we made it to Cadillac Summit here at Acadia National Park. I have to say that this is not very handicap friendly. Kind of go along, you see these paths here. There are a lot of rocks that you can walk on, but the paths themselves are wide enough for like a wheelchair, but they're kind of a cemented gravel, and there are quite a few steps here as well. There's a, you can kind of see the steps there as we go by. There is a little bit of a bypass here, but this is a very popular area. It takes a special reservation to get in here. It costs you $6. You got to do it ahead of time, and parking is a premium, especially handicapped. There's only 3 handicap spots. So this is kind of where the path is. It looks like this. There is some elevation to it, up and down. There are a few steps as well, like I said, but the views from here are spectacular. With the islands that go around this way. So there's trees along the way, and you can see Bar Harbor from up here. And there's Bar Harbor. There's also a sailing ship way out in the distance there. If you can see it. So, some nice views from up here. I would recommend it, but don't plan unless you can hike. I definitely wouldn't come up here. And we had to go around the parking lot about 5 times to find any parking place that worked for Wife of Old Fat Dude. Because Wife of Old Fat Dude is using 2 canes today. And you can hear my little huffing and puffing. Old Fat Dude is kind of exhausted here. Elevation's not high. I think it's like 1,400 and something feet. They call it a mountain. I don't call it a mountain. If you can climb it in one day, walk up it, drive up it, it's not a mountain, it's a hill. It's a freaking hill. But anyway, you can see the views from here. It is very pretty and worth the $6.